So thanks, Luis Miranda Jr., for being with us. Business legend, Hall of Famer at a very young age.
Oh, God.
Tell me about your family's journey from Puerto Rico to New York.
I went to the University of Puerto Rico, finished my BA there, and came at 19 when I was offered a scholarship to come to NYU for clinical psych PhD program. So I initially came to study. It never occurred to me that I will stay in New York. I was coming for 3 years, finish my coursework, and go back to Puerto Rico. But like most Puerto Ricans, it's the myth of the return. Life gets complicated, and then you stay around, and this is where I will be until the day I die.
So while in New York, this is the beginning of what I will call, again, the Hall of Fame career. You started your own lobbying firm. You co-founded an organization. I run a small nonprofit, so it's the gold standard of nonprofits, Hispanic Federation. And you've lived a life worthy of a documentary on HBO, Siempre, Luis. I'm not going to make our fans wait because I know they want to see it. We're going to show right now a bit of the trailer. We could look right here.
So you had a heart attack, and that was a year ago.
Right.
How are you, Dad? How's your health?
Probably busier than I was before the heart attack.
You've been going non-stop for so long, Luis.
That's pretty Luis Miranda. His relentlessness. He'll keep going. And that's what I keyed in on when I was playing Hamilton. I was just playing with my father. He's just a relentless
Hurricane Maria, the strongest hurricane in history to make landfall.
For me, Puerto Rico is this perfect place that all of a sudden doesn't exist anymore.
I immediately saw it as a responsibility to rebuild the island.
So an amazing emotional trailer. I see you teared up on some portions for your beautiful island. My mom's from Ponce, Puerto Rico, so our beautiful island of Puerto Rico. When this individual was going to follow you, you had no idea you were going to have a heart attack. You were, you know, the island was going to be hit with one of the most devastating hurricanes in the history of tracking hurricanes. Tell me about that experience of having somebody following you around.
First, it was a very different experience than my life. You gotta think of the camera as one more object that it's around so that you can be natural and you could be who you are. And it took me a little while to get used to. Bathroom was off limit, but everything else was not.
Yeah.
And that was my agreement with John James, with JJ. As you see, the documentary starts a little X-rated with me showing my tetillas in a doctor's office.
Can I ask you to expand? I'm intrigued by the relationship with you and Lin-Manuel. I've worked with family. It could be very challenging. My father had a very strong personality. I know when we had lunch, you talked to me a little bit. I mean, Hamilton in its peak was how many employees? So tell me about that. You're very business-minded. Lin is very talented. How do you make that work?
Well, my daughter has been the CFO of my company from the very beginning. We're alike. We could work very well together. With Lin-Manuel, it was always a bit more of a challenge because he likes what he likes. And everything else, it's unimportant. So the relationship works because I handle stuff that he is comfortable with somebody else taking off his lab. I don't get involved in his creative process. I always have opinions about it, and I'm never shy of sharing them. But that's his process and his thing. And And because of that, we have been able to sort of work together.
I'm gonna, this question might get cut because it's gonna be called the cheesy question. My daughter Marisol that I spoke to you about, who's a Hamilton fan, musical theater major at Marymount, Manhattan. So here comes the question. Don't cut it, guys. How's it feel? How do you feel the Hispanic community is doing at being in the room where it happens in politics today?
I think that we have made great advances to be in the room where it happens. We need to do so much more, and we need to continue cultivating young, Latino, progressive candidates to sort of do something that is not lucrative. You don't make a lot being an elected official, and different from white counterparts in elected office. They may be coming from more affluent families where there is a law firm where they take a break from, but wealth, it's being developed while they are elected officials. That is not the reality for most of our people. And I'm always thankful that there are so many Latinos who are willing to work 24/7 to be in that room where it happens. And we need more of that.
Yeah, definitely. My last question for you is a little curveball. I've asked Miss Universe Denise Quinones from Puerto Rico. I've asked Senator Menendez, favorite Latino dish, especially during the holidays. What's your favorite plate?
It's very simple. Piñón. Some people call it pastelón.
Yes.
When I have to explain it, I have to explain it like Puerto Rican lasagna.
Yes.
The difference is that rather than pasta, you have what Dominicans call maduros. Puerto Ricans, we call them amarillos, but it's fried, ripe plantains. That is my favorite dish. Has been my favorite dish forever.
Okay. Good fact for you. Madison Anderson, who's the runner-up of Miss Universe, current Miss Puerto Rico, that was her favorite dish.
Piñón.
Pastelón. Yeah, she called it pastelón.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
You
having
can catch
me
the
here.
show on HBO. It's playing right now. Beautiful story of your life, inspirational. We need more role models like you, Luis. So thank you for coming on and reminding us what's important.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos.